Deepseek allegedly stole technology from OpenAI and was accused by OpenAI itself and Microsoft, OpenAI's biggest partner. But still, Deepseek just beat both of them? Imagine an artificial intelligence that comes out of nowhere. It surpasses a giant like ChatGPT and suddenly becomes the target of accusations of technology theft. This is the case of Deepseek, the Chinese startup that is shaking up the world of artificial intelligence and raising a big controversy. But did Deepseek really break the rules, or did it just find a more efficient way to evolve its artificial intelligence? Or both? And what could this dispute between China and the United States mean for the future of artificial intelligence? Are we witnessing a Cold War? Tupo. These are some of the questions. I want your comment now. To start, you already know, right? Comment below if you think Deepseek really used OpenAI's technology without permission, or if this dispute is just a market strategy to block a strong competitor. Don't forget to like and share the link to this video in your WhatsApp and Telegram group so that the people you care about can stay updated on this topic. Deal? Let's continue. It seems that the controversy surrounding Deepseek is far from over. After surprising the market by launching a cheaper and more competitive artificial intelligence model, the Chinese startup is now facing serious accusations. OpenAI and Microsoft are investigating whether Deepseek accessed data without authorization to train its AI. The story gets even more interesting when suspicions arise that a group linked to the startup may have extracted information directly from OpenAI's API. If these allegations are confirmed, the consequences could be devastating for the startup and for the AI market as a whole. The case gained prominence when Microsoft security researchers noted that AI was one of the most important. They noticed an unusual volume of data being transferred to China. To make matters worse, Deepseek has been pointed out as a very powerful alternative to OpenAI, especially for offering a free AI assistant that has already surpassed ChatGPT in the Apple Store in the United States. This has put tech companies on alert, leading to a detailed investigation into possible violations of intellectual property. If Deepseek really used data improperly, OpenAI might try to block its operations in the international market and even pressure governments to impose sanctions. If you want to understand a bit more about how Deepseek works, I'll talk a bit more about it later, and then I'll show you how to access this tool. And I also made a video summary of everything it has, of differentiators. Then you can do some research here on the channel. Continuing, what stands out is that this technique is not new. Called distillation, it allows a smaller model to learn from the outputs of a larger model, improving its performance at a much lower cost. This would be a huge advantage for startups and emerging companies. But it could pose a big problem for giants like OpenAI. The question is, where is the line between innovation and intellectual property violation? If companies like Deepseek continue to explore this technique without authorization, the market could face a legal dilemma that will redefine the rules of artificial intelligence. It's worth noting that OpenAI is heavily criticized for using data from the internet without authorization to train its model, which led to lawsuits filed by writers, publishers, artists, and even social networks. Now, she is on the other side of the story accusing Deepseek of something similar. The difference is that in this case, the accusation involves an alleged direct access to OpenAI's API, something that violates the company's terms of use. If OpenAI wins this battle, it could set an important precedent for the protection of its technology. But if Deepseek defends itself and proves that it only used legitimate techniques, it could force a change in how OpenAI protects its model. The United States government has also entered the discussion. David Tex, a member of the White House technology team, said the evidence. Substantial evidence that Deepseek used information from OpenAI to enhance its model. Well, then it's the United States against China, right? Are you going to believe it? Comment down below. If this is confirmed, it could trigger a legal battle with significant impacts for the future of artificial intelligence. A dispute of this level could lead to stricter regulation of the sector, which would affect not only Chinese companies, but also startups around the world that use similar methodologies. Meanwhile, China continues to advance rapidly in the AI sector. Alibaba has just launched a new model, the Q1 2.5 Max, which promises to compete with OpenAI solutions. Another Chinese model, the Qimi 1.5, is also drawing attention for surpassing some versions of ChatGPT. It seems like we're entering a new technological race, where the competition is no longer just between companies, but also between countries. If China continues to accelerate the development of sophisticated AI, it could gain a dominant position in the market, challenging the current monopoly of Western big tech. The issue of security and privacy also comes into play here. Many APs point out that using AI, how Deepseek could pose a risk, since all the data entered into the tool could be sent to Chinese servers. But then you also use one from the United States. It's going to send it to the big techs in the United States. If you use a Russian one, it's going to send it to the Russian big tech. If you use one from Brazil, it's going to send it to the big techs in Brazil. So right, for those who care about privacy, this is a relevant issue, thank you. But it's not just Deepseek that raises these concerns. Western companies have also been accused of collecting and storing data in questionable ways. The Target, for example, Google, for example, Apple, for example. Ultimately, AI security is a global issue that needs to be addressed with transparency and proper regulation. Artificial intelligence is evolving quickly. And the next chapters of this story promise to be even more intense. Will we see a major crackdown on startups that challenge the giants of the industry? Or will this new wave of competition lead to a revolution in how AI is developed and distributed? Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain. We're just at the beginning of a new era of technology. And what happens to us? The next few months could define the future of artificial intelligence for the coming decades. What we're seeing here is more than just a simple competition between tech companies. In my opinion, the fight between OpenAI and Deepseek reveals a big reality. The advancement of artificial intelligence is increasingly tied to a race for power and market dominance. A fight between countries. A fight between powers, a Cold War 2.0. On one hand, it's necessary to protect innovation and intellectual property. On the other hand, competition and access to more affordable technologies are essential for progress. The big question is, how long will the tech giants be able to maintain their monopoly before truly disruptive alternatives come along? Make some room. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Deepseek went too far, or that OpenAI is trying to block the competition? This video doesn't end now. He continues chatting with us in the comments. If you find this video interesting, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel.